There are women that walk into a room and you just know they look polished, they look put together, and they look expensive. And it's not because they spent a fortune, though some of them certainly did. It's because they know a handful of things that most women never figure out. I know this because I lived among them. For years, I lived in Newport Beach, California, which is about as close to the playground of the rich and famous as you can get. And I paid attention. I watched how these women dressed and how they carried themselves, and what they did that most of us don't do. Today, I'm sharing 10 style secrets I learned from living among the wealthiest, most polished women I've ever been around. And the best part is that almost none of these secrets cost you money. You can start using every single one of these tomorrow. And I'm saving the most important one for the very end. It's the one that ties all of the others together. And it's the one thing that money genuinely can't buy. So stay with me for that one. So let me set the scene for you. For years, I lived right on the water in Newport Beach. Every single day, I walked my dog on Balboa Island, surrounded by mansions and yachts. I went on boating trips with friends over to Catalina Island. I paddleboarded in the morning. I had dinner at the restaurants right on the water. So I wasn't reading about how these women lived. I was actually living right alongside them. And here is what I noticed. The ones who always looked incredible weren't necessarily doing anything complicated. They were just doing a few specific things consistently that made all the difference. So let me pull back the curtain and show you exactly what I learned. Secret number one, they dress for the body they have today. Here's one thing that surprised me the most, and I want to start here because it matters more than anything else on this list. Not every wealthy woman is thin, even though the media would have you think differently. But here is the difference. The polished ones are not hiding. They're not giving up. They're not showing up in a t-shirt and sweatpants, and they're not beating themselves up over a few extra pounds either. They dress for the body they have today. They play up their best features, and they make the most of what they have right now. In this moment, not the body they had 20 years ago. And not the body they're hoping to have by summer. And that's the secret that costs absolutely nothing. Don't wait until you lose the weight. Don't save the good clothes for when you're smaller. You dress for the body you have today like it deserves to look wonderful. Because you know what? It does. And that's the mindset that makes everything else work. So the next secret is the first thing I noticed about how they actually put outfits together. Secret number two, they stick to a refined color palette. When you look in these women's closets, you don't see every color of the rainbow. You see a refined, cohesive palette, a collection of colors that work together beautifully. This is the quiet reason they always look effortless. When everything you own coordinates, getting dressed is easy, and every combination looks intentional. And you know what? They don't have those orphan pieces hanging in the closet that don't go with anything. Everything talks with everything else. And you can do this at any budget. Here's what you need to do. Pick a palette of neutrals that flatter you. Add 2 or 3 accent colors that make you feel wonderful and build from there. When your wardrobe shares a palette, you look pulled together without even trying. So their clothes work together. But the next secret is not about clothes at all. It's about something they do before they get dressed. Secret number 3, their skin looks cared for, not covered up. Here's something I noticed over and over. These women don't hide behind heavy makeup. Their skin looks healthy and lit from within, not caked over with layers of foundation. You know, there's actually a glow to it, a cared for quality. And that natural, luminous skin reads as expensive in a way that heavy makeup never does. And this is exactly why I want to tell you about the product I use to get the same look. And I'm wearing it right now because it's become a non-negotiable step for me. I have dry, sensitive skin. And for years, I struggled with sunscreens that stung my eyes, felt greasy, sat heavy on my skin, and then I found Frey Skincare and their Glow Me Plus tinted SPF 30 moisturizer. So let me show you what this actually looks like. What I'm putting on right now is one product doing 3 things at once. It's my moisturizer, my SPF, and my tint all in one step. It's an SPF 30 broad spectrum It's water and sweat resistant, and it doesn't sting my eyes at all. It's so lightweight, I actually feel like I have nothing on. It blends in seamlessly and gives me this beautiful natural tint that evens out my skin tone without looking like makeup. It just gives me that lit from within glow that I can't get enough of. And it works for every skin tone. I apply it directly to clean skin as my very first step. It replaces my moisturizer, my sunscreen, and my foundation all in one. And it gives me exactly that cared for, healthy skin that the most polished women always seem to have. If you want to try Glow Me Plus for yourself, I have it linked right in the description. And use my code CHAMP15 to get an exclusive 15% off your order. Cared for skin is the foundation. Now let's get back to the closet because the next secret is about how they shop. Secret number 4, they invest in quality and timelessness. Now, I'm not going to tell you these women buy less because they certainly don't. And they have the closets to prove it. But here's what they do that makes the difference. They invest in pieces made from better materials and fabrics, things that are timeless rather than trendy. And they're not filling their closets with fast fashion that looks dated after one season or falls apart after 2 seasons. They buy pieces that last. A beautifully made blazer, a quality knit, a well-cut trouser in a fabric that holds up year after year. These are the pieces that still look elegant a decade later. And that is where you actually have the advantage because this principle works at every budget. Choose quality over quantity. Choose timeless over trendy. One well-made piece in a good fabric will serve you far longer and far better than 5 cheap ones that are dated by next season. And this is the whole idea of buy less, choose well, and make it last. And you know, quality pieces are the base, but the next secret is where a lot of women actually go wrong. And it surprised me how much thought these women put into it. Secret number 5, every accessory choice is intentional. Accessories are a real part of the outfit. And here's what I noticed about how these women use them. It's never about more or less. And it's not always about designer labels either. Now, yes, many of them carry beautiful designer bags, but that's only one part of the story. The real secret here is intention. Every single piece is chosen in relationship to the whole outfit and the occasion. If a woman is wearing a very simple dress, she might bling out the jewelry and let that be the star of the whole look. If the outfit already has a lot going on, she gets selective and pulls back so that nothing competes. Sometimes it's simply just the right bag that completes everything and pulls the whole look together. But what I noticed is nothing is an afterthought. Nothing is just grabbed on the way out the door. And this is something you can start doing today on any budget. Before you walk out the door, look at your whole outfit and ask what it actually needs. A simple look might want a bold necklace. A busy print might want you to pull back. The right accessory is not the most expensive one. It's the one that completes the look. Secret number 6, their shoes are always in good condition. This is one of those things that once I pointed out, you'll start noticing it everywhere. The most polished women always have shoes in beautiful condition. They're never scuffed, they're never run down at the heel, and they're never dirty. Shoes are one of the first things that quietly give away whether a woman takes care of herself and her things or not. You can have a gorgeous outfit, but if your shoes are beat up, the whole look drops. And on the flip side of that, well-maintained shoes make even a simple outfit look considered and cared for. And the good news is that this one is almost free. Just keep your shoes clean. Get the heels retapped when they wear down. Polish the leather and just store them properly. A little maintenance keeps your shoes looking wonderful for years and keeps your whole outfit looking polished from the ground up. Now, like I said, shoes are the foundation from the bottom up. The next secret is about finishing touches most women skip entirely. Secret number 7, they pay attention to grooming details. The polished women I knew pay attention to details that most people rush past. Their nails are done, even if it's just clean and neat. Their hair is cared for. Their brows are shaped. These are small finishing touches, and that's the thing that separates looking just so to looking truly polished. Clean filed nails in a neutral polish, hair that's trimmed and cared for, brows that are tidy. These are really small, regular habits, not grand gestures, but they add up to a woman who looks like she has it together. Pick the grooming details that matter most to you and just stay consistent with them. And consistency is what's going to make it read as polished rather than effort. And you know, those details matter, but the next secret is about something bigger. And it's the way they think about trends entirely. Secret number 8, they understand proportion over trends. The most stylish women I knew are not chasing every trend that comes along. They know it works on their body and they stick with it. They understand their own proportions and they know which silhouettes flatter them and which ones don't. And they're not going to be swayed by whatever's suddenly everywhere this season. This is why they always look right. A trend only works if it works on you. These women know that a flattering proportion beats a trendy one every single time. They'd rather look wonderful in something classic than fashionable in something that does nothing for their figure. So learn your proportions. Learn which necklines, which hemlines, which silhouettes make you look and feel your best. Once you know that, you can look at any trend and decide whether it actually serves you or not. And that is real style. And it lasts far longer than any trend. Now, knowing your proportions is powerful. The next secret is the one that ties directly into everything and what this whole channel is about. Secret number 9, they dress for the life they actually live. Here's something that took me a while to fully appreciate. These women dress for the life they actually live. Their wardrobes match their real days. Time on the water, lunches out, running errands, attending events. Everything in the closet has a purpose and a place in their actual life. They're not buying clothes for a fantasy version of their life or an occasion that never comes. And they're not saving all the good pieces for someday that never arrives. Their everyday clothes are lovely because their everyday life is where they actually live. And this is exactly what I teach all the time. Look at how you really spend your days and build a wardrobe for that. If your life is casual, your beautiful clothes should be casual. So dress for the life you actually have, not the one you imagine. That's how getting dressed becomes easy and every day feels a little more put together. Now we're getting to it. I told you at the beginning, this is the one I saved, the most important one for the end. And it's the one that ties everything together. Secret number 10, they carry themselves with confidence. The single biggest secret I learned from knowing the most polished, wealthy women I've ever been around is this. They carried themselves with confidence. It's in their posture. It's in the way they walk into a room. It's in a certain ease they have with themselves. And this is why I saved this one for the end. You can do every single thing on this list. The refined palette, the quality pieces, the cared for skin, intentional accessories. But if you walk in a room apologizing for yourself, your shoulders down, wishing you look different, none of it lands the way it should. Confidence is the thing that ties it all together. It's what makes a simple outfit look expensive. And it's what makes people notice you in the best way. Here's the most important part. It's the one thing on the entire list that money genuinely can't buy. The wealthiest women in the world can't purchase it. You build it. And you know what builds it? Everything else on this list. When you dress for the body you have today, when your skin looks cared for, when your clothes fit your life and flatter your proportions, you know what? You feel good. And when you feel good, you carry yourself differently. That is the secret underneath all the other secrets. Take care of yourself, dress for who you are right now, and let that confidence be the thing people remember. That's what I learned in Newport Beach. And you know what? It really wasn't about the money. It was about how these women showed up for themselves and those around them. And that's something every single one of us can do and start today. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these secrets surprised you the most? And which one are you going to start with? Tell me where you're starting. Let me know in the comments. You know I love hearing from you. Stay gorgeous, and I'll see you in the next video.